welcome back to At Home with Chic and Grace. I'm Kimberly. Today we are going to make a cookbook holder, cookbook stand. Actually, it fits your iPad really well too. This isn't the one we're making. We are going to do one slightly different colors. This one I used an IOD paint inlay, and then I did some Pentart Fineline Crackle on here and antique waxed it. So I know you won't be able to see it in the video, but I have pictures of this, and I will come back on and do another video demonstrating this technique another time. So this, I didn't do anything to the back except paint it. So it's got a little easel stand here. So it does lean back a little bit. The original kickstand easel back here, whatever you want to call it, I had to cut off. So this one that I'm making today is a little taller too, and I will have to cut this one off as well. But I had this cut out before I realized that this was too long. The reason why I had to cut it off is because it stood up too straight and I wanted it to lean back a little bit further so that the cookbook sat on there nicer. Anyhow, I wanted to pop on quick here to show you just the starts of this, and then I'm gonna just pause, finish painting this, and then come back and show you everything that we're going to do. Okay, so I have here, let's just switch camera views here. So I have painted this with, what am I using? I'm using Fusion's Champness. And then we are going to put some white design on here. So, and I'll show you what in a second. I'm painting all of my easel pieces here. And I am painting, I've just started painting everything, and then I realized I wanted to show you what to do with these three pieces before I paint them. And then I've started painting the easel. So I'll give everything 2 coats, and I'll do a really light sanding with a 220 or 400 grit, depending on what kind of brush you're using. I'm using the Stahlmeister brush, so it's putting it on really nice and smooth. Okay, this here, these 3 pieces, is what makes up, well, plus this one here, but that's what makes up the part where your cookbook is going to sit. In the kit, I'm going to include the 3, and you're going to have to glue them together. So you need to paint the edges of them. So I glue them, and then if you have like a pin nailer, go ahead and pin nail them together. So glue, clamp. Once you have it glued and clamped, I would just, depending on what color you are painting, I would just give your edges just a light sand, because I have a diode laser, and you get a little bit of soot left on here. You can, some people will use like alcohol, rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and wipe some of that off. I find it just as easy to hit it with some sandpaper lightly, because if you're painting white, it can come through. You can't tell on this one because I've antiqued it, and I've actually even hit the edges with a little bit of gold. No, you can't tell. I probably sanded this one quite well, but if you are painting with white, it takes quite a few coats to cover all of that up. It will bleed through. Other colors don't seem to bleed through. So like I'm not sanding these ones. They're fine. Okay, a couple other quick tips. because you want everything to fit together nice and tight. You want to make sure that you don't get paint in here, and you don't want a lot of paint down here. We can always sand these to make everything fit. You also don't want to have paint in your hole, so I always have Q-tip handy to clean that out, because this easel sits, the easel backer sits in there. You'll want to paint all sides of this. Okay, so when I will obviously paint the back as well. And what we are going to do is, I'm going to put Easter bunnies on here. So this is a Couture silkscreen stencil. So I just thought, how cute would it be to have little bunnies and carrots. Now you could do this in multiple colors, but I will do mine all in like white or cream. We'll see what color I decide when we get to that. So super easy. I have a link for this. This is brand new release here. When was the release? February, beginning part of February, maybe the 12th, something like that. I'm sorry, I don't have the date. I'm really not, yeah, I should be more on top of it, and I'm not. So anyhow, I will have a link, and if you want this, I wouldn't wait. This is going to be gone fast. So, all right, let's, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pause, I'm going to glue and pin nail these together, and then I am going to finish painting everything, and when I come back, we will get started on the next steps. Okay, so I have 2 coats on all of my pieces. I didn't bother painting all the way down on those sides. You don't need the back of this because it's getting glued on. Both sides of this is painted. I did glue those 3 pieces together, and then I ended up putting this one on too. I glued it, and then only because I have this, I just pin nailed so all of them went together, and I got it a smidge crooked here because I wasn't paying too much attention, but that's okay, it'll be fine. You don't have to pin nail them. If you're using a really good wood glue, like I used Titebond Quick and Thick, but like Gorilla wood glue, I use it all the time as well. And if you use that or whatever other kind of really good wood glue you have, it is going to be just fine. So I haven't done anything else to those, but what I did do to this was I just took my little sander and I only did 2 coats of paint, sanded in between the 2 layers, and then I just did a really light scuff sanding, like over top, but then I went a little bit harder and distressed the edges slightly. We're going to do some more of that after. Now we are going to use wax, and we are going to wax our surface. Now, you may, because I use Fusion mineral paint and it has a built-in sealer, you might not have to wax before you put your silkscreen transfer on. The rule of thumb on a painted surface when you're going to put the silkscreen transfer on, where all these little bits of white are coming from, I'm just going to get my Q-tip and can't seem to catch them. Anyhow, rule of thumb is when you're going on top of a painted surface, you want to wax. It just helps, one, the transfer to not peel up any paint, and 2, this thing is sliding everywhere on me. 2, It will stop your transfer from sticking too much and avoid stretching it when you take it off. So, yeah, now all those little white pieces are gone. So this is just a little wax applicator as well from Couture. So and I use bare wax. I use it almost exclusively on all of my products. So, all right, now I just about didn't order this, and then I put a last minute order in last week and decided, no, I need it. I had some ideas. I haven't been doing a lot with my silkscreen stencils lately, not because I don't want to, I just been feeling like I'm all over the map and not having enough time, but I have a lot of great ideas to incorporate silkscreen transfers into my DIYs. So I decided that I'm going to really give it a good go, and before I decide to make a change. And by that I just mean, like, I have all these silkscreen transfers sitting here and I haven't been using them, so I'm going to really try hard to use them and give you guys lots of ideas on how to use them, or, you know, kind of call it quits and stop buying them. So anyhow, let's give this a good fuzzing. So I'm not going to lift the whole thing off. I find with the bigger transfers, it is easier if you can leave it on the backing, because then they don't like get all stuck together. Okay, thought I gave myself enough room here. I really didn't, but we will make it work. We built like a new tabletop here after Christmas and rearranged a few things, and I thought it was going to give me a whole lot more workspace, and it does, but goodness, it doesn't take long and the table's full and you still are left with the space you had before. So I heard somebody at my door. There's a big thump up there too, but it sounds like somebody got the door. All right. There, I think that is going to be good. So let's just get this put away. I'm going to just lay this back down. And then I'm going to peel it up sideways here. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. So you could do this a couple ways. You just lay it down in here and then lay this over it. Or sometimes this is just a little bit easier, is to place it down and then lay it over. Yeah, and I got it pretty dang straight on there. I think the only thing is I really don't want just that bunny butt there. So I think I'm going to peel it up and push it in just a little bit more. Like, I think that, what if I was worried about the bottom not being straight, but what if we're more like that? Yeah. All right, so make sure you're good and flat on there. You want no air bubbles at all. No, I'm not straight. Thought I was, but I'm not. Okay. Just gonna fold this over one more time. See how it sticks to each other? So like these silk screens are so good and sticky that you are going to get many uses out of them. Many. I have yet, in the year, all the years I've been using Chalk Couture stencils, I have yet to get rid of one. Like they last you forever. All right, there. I'm happy with that. One more time, guys. I don't like the placement of that bunny. One more time. I just don't want the heart to cut off his whole head. I am most likely overthinking it. That is okay. So yeah. Yep. Go just a little bit more, and I think that is going to be better. Yes. I like that better. Okay. So just grab a squeegee. I'm just using the back side of it and making sure that all my air bubbles are out. Now, I was debating on using white or vanilla, but you know what? I think I'm going to use white. I have, a lot of white in my kitchen, and I just feel like this color combination that I'm going to do is going to look the best. Okay. All right. Oh, it's going to be so stinking cute. So I have to decide what I'm going to do on the little piece that is going to be like on the front. So you'll see like this one, I did a paint inlay on there. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the front of this one, but probably maybe should have had that planned before I came on, but I don't even know how we're going to finish this yet. We're just going to fly by the seat of our pants, and we're going to see how it goes. Sometimes the best things that you make come by just playing, making those last minute decisions. Otherwise, I overthink stuff a lot. I don't know about you, but sometimes I overthink it so much it just never gets done. All right. Okay, just make sure you're scraping that off. Okay. Now, just gonna slowly peel it back. Oh yes, that color was the right choice. Slowly peel it back. I'm going to get a hold of it here. I give it a turn. just don't want my whole silk screen to come off the sheet if at all possible. I don't want it to be all folded into itself. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to set it to the side here. Oh my goodness, it's so cute because I'm going to lay this back down. Good. Then I'm going to take this up, I'm going to spritz it with water and get it cleaned right away. So my sink is just in the next room here, but all I do to clean this is I have another board like this. I take it off the backer, I put it on, spray it, and then, oh, I don't even have one here with me, but the board erasers, the Couture board erasers, clean it off with this. I rinse it under, take the stencil, put it under running water, and then bring it back, clean it again, flip it over, do the same thing, and then you dry it with the sides, both sides, front and back, with the opposite side that we fuzzed it with. All right, let's just put this over here. Okay, look at how cute that is. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna decide what we are gonna put on the front of here, and I'll go clean my stencil and we will be back. Okay, so this is nice and dry, and I found what we're gonna put on here. This is the March monthly Club Couture, and it's really cute, like with this cute bunny. Quality rabbit feed, hop and down the bunny trail, open daily, and it's going to fit perfectly on here. So this is an exclusive monthly Silkscreen, and you can subscribe to the Club Couture. You have to commit for 3 months, and then after that, if you want, you can cancel. You get an exclusive transfer, you get coordinating chalk paste, and you get a surface. So you can't get this one until March. So Saturday you could order this one. So I'll leave a link in the description for you in case you are interested. But even if not, there is like lots of words on different transfers, and I mean, you could, if you wanted to, put a couple carrots on here too. I mean, these carrots are a little wide, but if you know, a little bit of the leaves would just not fit, but it would still be super cute. So anyways, this is what we are going to do. So I'm going to put that to the side. Oh, let's just quick give this a little sanding. I just want to distress the edges a smidge. You don't have to do this at all. So, and in fact, you can do it after as well. But I'm doing it now. It'll just, I think, fit with the overall look that I'm gonna go for here. So then we need to just give it a wax. I'm pretty sure I've got enough wax on still on here. I do. Okay, so that is good to go. Let's fuzz this guy. Just a couple times is all it needs, and I'm gonna put this back on here. I just find it makes it easier to manage if it's not all sticky. Okay, sticking everywhere. So just trying to decide if I want that line or if I just want the words. do the line and the words. So I think I have that pretty centered. Now what I'm going to do is take a little bit of tape, because I don't want the words from Quality Bunny Feed on there, and I don't want to have to be that careful. So I'm going to put that on. You could just use like painter's tape or washi tape, anything that will stick for you. Okay. Yep, I think that's going to be great. So I just want a smaller squeegee. I'm just going to dip in and this on here. And just take up slowly, because if you missed anything or didn't all come through, you can always just go right back over it. Look how cute that is. It's missing right there, but that is missing on the transfer as well, because the, what letter comes down? Oh, probably the Q, because what's that say? Quality? Yeah, the Quality Rabbit Feed. Yeah, the Q comes down. So I'm just going to wait for that to dry, and I'm going to use my paintbrush and fix that on up. All right, I'm just going to set this off to the side. Now, you don't want to spray this with water when it's on the backer. So sometimes what I will do is, because you also don't want it to sit in there and dry. I mean, you can, it will come out. You just have to scrub more. So sometimes what I'll do is I will take it and I'll put it on a plastic clipboard. Just want to get this out of the way. And then I'll just spray it. And then it can just sit until I can go clean it. Okay. So, I'm just gonna get a fine liner and a little bit of water. Don't look at my messy paint thing, my goodness. Let's just clean this up here. Find it easier to clean these off when they're wet, so you don't have to scrub. Okay, now I'm just going to dip in, and I want a little bit of water so I can move this around easier. I said I was going to wait for this to dry. I guess I'm just going to do it. Might not be perfect, but it will be fine. There. I did get a smidge of bleeding right there, but if you noticed, I didn't push my transfer all the way down, but it's so very slight that if I really wanted to, I could take this little tool and just go over it and pick it up. I could also then, you can wait for this to dry, and then you can just kind of scratch that off. You could also, if you can't scratch it off, or you're worried about scratching your surface underneath, wait for it to dry, and then the paint color that you put on there for your base coat, just touch it up with that. All right, so we got to get this all dried up. And And then I've got to decide what other kind of finish we are going to put on here. I was thinking that, oh, that is so stinking cute, you guys. So cute. I was kind of thinking that I might put a little crackle on here. And then very similar to what I did to this guy. So I used the Pentart Fineline Crackle. So what it does is it makes it look like old crazed porcelain. So a lot of times I like a matte finish, almost all the time I like a matte finish, but I liked that this looked like it could be like a porcelain surface, right? So I don't know if you can see, you won't be able to see the cracking. I don't think that, if I can't get it focused enough, but I will take some photos for you and get you so you can see it. And then I have another project I want to do an inlay on because I got some of the spring release, like the new IOD bunny inlays, and oh my, they're so cute. So we are going to be doing a project with that right away. So maybe we'll let this dry. I don't know. I got to think about this. This is dry. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to think about what it is I want to do, and then we will be back to finish this guy up, and I'll show you how to assemble him. Alrighty. Okay. So while I was letting this dry, I glued it on. I just used my Titebond Quick and Thick. I glued it on. When I did this one, I pin nailed it from the back. But I'm not going to do that on this one. You don't need to. I just did it because it just adds a little extra security. Okay, so I've decided we're going to do the fine line crackle. Normally I would take this and spray it with a Rust-Oleum matte out in the garage, but I haven't done that. Hoping that this is going to be fine. It should be fine. It should just go right over top. My only hesitation was because of course we have wax under there, but I think it's going to be fine. But you know what, we're gonna find out. So I just want to distress the edges just a little bit more. I started sanding and I thought, oh, I should probably turn the camera on. So I am just gonna go around the edges a little bit more, and if it takes off a little bit of the transfer, the silkscreen, sorry, that's great, because I want it to look a little bit worn on the edges there. So you should probably sand this before you glue this on, but it's fine. This I have glued already, sanded already, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to touch it. Okay, and then if you want to hit the edges at all, go ahead and do that. Okay, like it's not very much at all. You probably can't hardly even see. I want to bring that camera closer again, so hold on, there'll be a little noise. If you've been with me with my new camera setup here, you'll know that my lens that I have on this camera, it doesn't like to stay, it likes to fall all the time. So it would be like super zoomed in, so I have to have it taped up there. Just because of the way that the camera is angled. So that's what the noise is. And then what I've also done is I have just sanded the edges of of everything too. This fits in here. I've already tested it, except I didn't get my paint down far enough, which is fine. I can still fix that. This is nice and tight in there. So I don't need to put any glue in the hole, but I will put glue over top of this when I glue it onto the back. So don't put both of them in right now. Just want to see if this one's going to fit, or if I have to do any sanding. Nope, it's going to fit, but gotta leave it out because we gotta get this in there first. It's nice and tight. If it was too tight, you guys, you would just give it some sanding around there. Okay. Ooh, I'm just so excited about this. I can't wait for this to go up and be in my kitchen. Have you started your spring decorating yet? I haven't. I've been away, so I'm a little bit behind, but I plan on doing that. Everything's ready for it, and all my spring is upstairs in the containers, so I'm hoping I can get to that this weekend. Okay. Oh, must have had some on the edges here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is a two-part, put the lid back on for a second. This is a two-part crackle system. So we're going to do part one, and this is Pentart. And this stuff does have a smell to it, so make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. So we're going to put this on. We're going to let it dry 100%, and you want a fresh, clean brush, not wet. Let me just see. Oh, I want this one. Not wet. You just completely clean, okay? Otherwise, this system won't work if you put water with it. Right, so this first step is it's white. Just get it on there. You don't have to go all in one direction. Okay. So just don't go back over it a ton too. I mean, you can hit it a little bit, but you don't want to go over it a ton. Okay, it looks like it's doing well over this wax. I was, just concerned that it could just repel it, but it's doing good. And I'm putting a generous coat on here. Generous. So, you may have, if you've watched some of my other videos, like where I made my magnets and tags, you've seen me use this before. I absolutely love this stuff. Okay, I'm just going to lift up a little bit here so that we can get up here. Now, you can do the edges if you want. When I did the other one, I wasn't concerned if I had the edges or not. I got a big goober in there. But, so I'm just grabbing a clean Q-tip. I'm going to rub it around inside that heart. Maybe we'll get some crackling in there. But if you do get drips down the edge, then I would do it. So I want to get in here too. You don't have to do inside of here, but I really like what it looks like. I just like the look of it, so I figure we might as well just hit all the spots here. And I'm going to do a light coat on the edges. I'm not sure if it's too thin on the edges here or not to crackle. We'll see. So the difference with this crackle and some of the others is this is a solvent base. So that, sorry, I was just reading that to see if it said anything else on there. So that's why you can't use water with it. So. And we're going to use solvent-based waxes with it as well. Okay, last little bit here. I'm not doing the back. You can if you want, but I am not going to do the back. You can hit this with the heat gun if you want to, but it dries actually fairly quickly. Like, I'm surprised how quick it dries. Okay, I just want to make sure I've got no runs going down the edges here. Don't want it pooled in places. All right, it's going to dry clear, and when it is all dry, then we are going to come back and we will, that's not all on here, then we're going to come back and do the second step. Okay, that one, because I'm dragging it. When you find you are dragging it, you need more. Felt like I was dragging it there, so I'm just gonna get a little bit more on there. Okay, you can't use this brush for the next step, so you might as well go ahead and clean that one. All right. Okay, so this is dry, and we are going to put our component 2 on. And I know I told you that this stuff stinks, but this didn't stink. It's the wax that I put on after that I am recalling stink. Plus then I use the varnish, which is solvent based, that stinks. So okay, so I just wanted to let you know that. And brand new clean dry brush again. So this is more amber colored, and everything dries clear. So now we're just gonna go ahead and get a good coating of this on. Don't let this stuff pool in places, because if this is too thick, I have found that it doesn't dry clear. But like it too thick, like as if it like pools in a crack or something, or pools along those edges. So just be mindful of that. And again, you do not have to go in the same direction. You don't need to overwork it. Just get it on and leave it there. Something in there. I don't know where those little specks is, probably coming from my handle of my paintbrush. Sorry, I forgot I was zoomed in, so here I am holding the piece closer to me and you might not have been able to see it all. I'm just kind of moving it around a little bit so that the light catches it and I can make sure I'm getting all the places. We got in here. Let's see if I can, I can lift it up a little bit here. So I'm just going to do a swipe across, making sure that it's not pooling in there. Okay. Where in the world is this black little specks of stuff coming from? It's got to be from my brush handle. Ah, I hope I just didn't wreck that there. I was digging and I felt like I was lifting up the bottom layer a bit, which I am, which is weird, but just don't want this in there. Need different tweezers, pointier ones. Okay, got it. I did lift my stuff up a bit, but anyhow, it went back down and it'll be fine. I won't see that, but I'll see that black stuff if I would have left it there. All right, this is just about all covered. Just want to make sure that I've got my edges. There's no pooling anywhere. Okay, so we are going to let this dry, and then when it comes back, or when it's when it is dry, we will come back and finish it off. All right, I'm just going to lay it to the side here. This turned out amazing. Now, couple things. Remember how I said to you, if you let it pool, it's going to turn amber in some places? Well, it didn't dry clear in a couple places. I knew I had it on really thick because I wanted to try to achieve a bigger crackle, and I did. So, but I'm also absolutely okay with that being a little ambery because it just adds to the aged look of it. Now, I know that you can't see, oh there, now look at all that beautiful crackle. Like you can see all those lines, how thick it is. I mean, how big they are. I don't think you can see this one, but these are really fine cracks on this one. because and I put it on thinner on this one in most of these places. This is, I'm so excited. Okay, so it's exactly how I wanted it to be. Okay, so this is Pentart's Antique Paste. So it's in Umbre color, and this stuff stinks. And then there is my other favorite, which is the wax paste. It's a gold metallic. And again, it stinks too. These are solvent based. Okay, so I want a piece of paper towel here. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into the dark one, the Umbre, whatever it is. Okay. And I'm just going to start lightly. I'm really lightly doing this. And then I can wipe it back. And what happens is it stays in the cracks. If you can't, yeah, you can kind of see this. Trying to hold it so that you could get a better, no. So I will take better photos of this. And you can go darker too. Like, you can really like scrub it in. I'll show you here before I take it off. So now you can see those cracks, right? And then wipe it back and you can still see where those cracks are. So we're gonna do that over top the whole piece. Some places I'm gonna do it darker than others. Some I'm gonna do it lighter. You can obviously use a bigger brush too. I just have these brushes like dedicated to this, so I always just grab them. I haven't let any other brushes be dipped in there because it's solvent based, so then you're not going to want to use your water based stuff with them afterwards because, well, you got to clean them differently. This looks so good. Like, it's so good, you guys. Oh, I can't wait to just put this in my kitchen. All right. Have any of you tried this before? Like, have you watched any of my other videos and seen me use this and tried it? I'd love to know. Definitely leave me a comment if you have. Like, like it. Look at that, you guys. It looks so good, so good. I just want to get down in here. On that top. Bottom here, and then I'm going to add just little hints of gold. Oh, and we want to make sure that we do the edge too, so I'll just run this around. I don't know if I have any cracking on the edge, but because I barely have anything on. Like typically, right, the thicker you put your product on, oh, I got little bits up here, so that's good. The thicker you put your product on, the bigger cracks you're gonna get. The thinner you put your product on, the finer the cracks are gonna be, and I got some nice fine cracks on the side. And don't forget inside the little heart. Might be noisy, I hear somebody coming home. Okay. Might even get interrupted. Oh, wait. Oops, nothing on the brush. Oh, and you can't even see. I love it. You know, it just totally took this piece and made it look completely different, right? Like it really aged it up. So let's take, now you don't have to do this part. Well, you don't have to do any of the parts. You can make this however you want. I'm just simply here giving you ideas and showing you how I'm doing it. So I'm just gonna take, oh yeah, 100% gotta do this. Just take a little bit of gold and I'm just like hitting the edges. Might drag it down into there a little bit. Let's see, so you can you see? Yeah, where I put that gold, love it. I really hope that I caught all of that. My memory card was full. I've been recording so much over the past couple days to get some content out to you guys, but I didn't change my memory card. Okay, so little bits of gold and I just rubbed it off, and I'm not going to put it everywhere. I don't want it even. I want this, you know, to maybe look like it had some gold on there at one time and it's worn off now. I like gold. So this to me is just the perfect finishing touch to this. Maybe just kind of hit the corners. See, like, oh, I really am really liking that. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it a little bit fuller, more gold on the actual edge. Like I say, so it kind of looks like it was there and it's worn off. Quite a bit. Let's just wipe a smidge back. That side looks really good. And that's Daisy. She's our chatty cat. She's always making some kind of noise. Okay, I'm going to put some gold in the heart here as well. Okay. Oh. Yep. Just gonna hit these sides a little bit, maybe give, not that you're gonna see the bottom, but, and why not just hit the inside there a little bit, and the top. Turning it so maybe you could see it a little bit better. Okay, I'm loving it, guys. So, whoops, A little extra right there. What I want to do now is, I don't want to be touching this. I want to let it dry. So before we flip it over, and I don't know, there's another black spot. Not sure where he came from. That actually could be from the wax, that one. Okay, we won't worry about it. There's a couple of them there. So I want to make it feel cohesive, like this color and the stand. So what I'm thinking is I will take we'll glue this. I'm just trying to decide what we should do, because I want to be able to glue this onto the back before we, okay, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take the Bear. This is the dark antiquing wax. Okay, so I'm going to just pick this up. I've got another project beside me here, so I'm going to have to put this to the side. I think I'm going to film one more project today so that I can get lots of fun ideas out to you guys. Okay, so I think this is what I'm going to do here. Oops, wait. You don't want to go in full strength. So go in with clear wax. That way, if you get way too much brown wax on, you can wipe it off. Okay, so just putting it everywhere. Don't forget the edges. Okay, let's do this. Don't do the back of this. I don't want anything to come in between the glue. I don't want anything on here because we need to glue that on. So this is my plan. We are going to wax these, and then we're going to glue this onto the back, and then we're going to wax the back. That is my plan. So, oh yeah, this is going to be good. This will bring down that blue color a little bit and make it be more cohesive with what we got going on there. So you can put like this on the side, just don't get any on the back. I mean, it might hold just fine even if you got it on the back, but I'm not going to take that chance. Clearly you can tell I don't clean my wax brushes very often because all the crumbly bits are falling here. Okay, just set that to the side. Let's get the lids on. Even though we're going to use these again, I just want to get them out of my way so that I can clean. Okay. So set this down. So how you want to do this is put that, sorry if I'm out of camera again, so slide this piece on here, slide that piece in there, and then get that piece down in to that slot. You gotta go straight in, and there we go. Okay, so it's in there. And I did sand this down. I was explaining to you at the beginning how it's too long. In the file, it will be the proper length, but I sanded it down with my Dremel. I probably took a good 1/4 inch off. Like, it just is too tall for how I want it to lean back. It was standing too upright for me. So I will modify that in the file. If you want it to lean back even more, well, you'll just have to sand that down. Okay, so find your center. Line your bottom 2 pieces up, and let's see, get some wood glue of some sort. I'm using the Titebond Quick and Thick again, making sure that I put glue on those pieces that are in there. That way they don't move. Okay. I'm not centered. Looks pretty centered to me, so we're gonna have to let that dry. Then once it's dry, I will take clear wax, go over the back, and then take the dark wax and go over the back, and then it will be done. So that's it, I think. Oh no, we're gonna do something else. I think that I have a cute little bow I'm gonna put on. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's gonna stay there or not. So I'll get all this done, then I'll come back and we will do all of that. All right. Okay, everything is nice and dry. I have waxed the back, and I did the clear wax and then the brown wax and wiped it off. So it's not glossy like the front. It definitely can be. And in fact, if you, I'm gonna do this, but you can actually take the clear varnish in gloss. This is the Pentart clear varnish in gloss. This stuff is the smelly stuff. I don't know if I sprayed this or not. I can't recall. I mean, or put this on. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm positive I put this on here. Anyhow, that would protect it even more. But maybe I will. Maybe I will put it on. I think it would just make it. Yeah, I will. I will put it on. So I'll do that off camera though, because we're going to finish this up. So, okay, I found this ribbon just the other day at Michael's. And like it was the last 2 at our Michael's, and so I snatched them up, not knowing what I was going to use it for, but it's so cute because like look at those little daisies with the gold flower in them. So it just made a cute little bow, and I'm going to put it on here. I don't want the bow to get in the way of, where are my fabric scissors? So I don't want the bow to get in the way of a cookbook or anything. So what I'm going to do is, and I want this to be short. Just trying to decide if I want it to go this way or this way. So I'm just gonna cut there. And then let's cut here. I might even make them shorter than this, but for right now, that's what they're at. And all I do when I do my bows, I'll show you, I'll make a bow. Anyhow, I skipped ahead and didn't even finish what I was gonna say. I want to be able to take this on and off, so I'm gonna thread a piece of jute in behind here and just tie it on the front. And I make my bows with 2 bunny ears. And then I just, whoops, grabbing the wrong thing here. Anyhow, 2 bunny ears, that's all I do, and then I just back and forth. By back and forth, I mean like tighten, and then pull down, tighten, until I get a bow that is the right size and look that I want. And I just think it just makes such a cute little bow. So I love this ribbon. Love it, love it. I now think I'm gonna have to make sure that I have more of it because I don't want to be out of it. So what I will do is I'm just gonna take a small piece of jute and let's just thread it in there. And then we'll just turn this over. And tie it off. And then that way just gotta, yeah, that way, like, it's so cute just sitting there, but if it is actually in the way of the cookbook, then we can just take it off. So there we go. 2 cookbook holders. I'll cut that jute off so a little bit more. So 2 cookbook holders, iPad holders. You can even set like a cute little sign in there, like if you just wanted to set one of the signs in, like those signs fit in these frames, but you could always just take them out and, you know, set a little sign in there or whatever. You can put whatever you want on there. I have a couple more ideas for cookbook holders. In fact, I have another style that I'm working on. So, but this is the one that I'm going to get the kits onto the website here. Well, they'll be up on the website by the time you guys see this video. So let me know what you think. And thanks for hanging out with me. And we'll see you next time. Bye.